I sick and the next month me I go in at the courthouse. And me no want to go back in there. Me need my case to done now. Cause me need to do my work.
Blessed my people. I am certain that by now, everyone should have already known about the letter that Ninja Man wrote to the Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security. It's a very interesting letter. You get to me as a people? Yeah man, it's very interesting. So you know, today, we're going to take a look on the letter there and I'm going to give my opinion, you know what I mean? What I think about what Ninja Man is saying. Yeah, that's what I say, people. So let's go.
I am Desmond Ballantyne, popularly known as dancehall artist Ninja Man. I am addressing this letter to you in hopes that you will take into consideration the proposals I am presenting as a citizen of this great island, Jamaica. As you are no doubt aware, I am currently incarcerated in the Jamaican prison system. Being incarcerated has given me first-hand insights into same system. Thus, I would like to take the opportunity to present a proposal to you on behalf of thousands of inmates who are a part of this system and by large, the Jamaican people. I believe being incarcerated should not be a hindrance to me or anyone else in the system contributing to Jamaica in a positive way. Therefore, I would greatly appreciate you giving thought to the following and that it does not get buried in the recesses of your minds.
So people, Ninja Man started off by introducing himself first and foremost. You understand me? I say people, yeah, make them know say him a Ninja Man, dancehall entertainer in a custody. Yeah, I mean people, and he's saying that the fact that a man is in custody, that should not prevent him from contributing to the development of his country, and I agree with him 100%.
Firstly, so many of our citizens are in jail for various crimes, but they're not all criminals. While we understand that a prison system must be in place, I do believe that the system, in the interest of all Jamaicans, should find a way to rehabilitate those who are at some point scheduled to return to the general populace. It is imperative that the powers that be see them for who they were before they became the people who got involved in crimes or the situation that placed them in this system.
And again, Ninja Man, a very, very, very important point you just hit a while ago. There are a lot of persons who are in prison for crimes that they did not commit. Not everyone who is in prison is a criminal. Very valid point, Ninja Man, because not everyone who is in prison actually did what they went to prison for. A lot of persons got framed. A lot of persons were acting in self-defense when they committed that act. And a lot of persons were just in the wrong place at the wrong time and get themselves caught up in the wrong crowd. You get the message, people? Doesn't mean that they are a criminal and they should be condemned.
The men and women who are incarcerated should be given some hope that when they return to society, they will have options, or more than likely, a great number of them will return to the very thing that got them locked up in the first place, maybe worse.
Ninja Man also said, for the persons who will be returning to the streets from prison, meaning the people them will get like them look at 5 year prison, a man get a look at 10 year prison, 15 year prison, I mean 8 year. People like that will never get life imprisonment, well, that are going to be back on the street. What Ninja Man is suggesting is that those persons who will be going back on the street soon, a system be put in place to rehabilitate those persons, that when they are released and are back in society, they will be able to fit in. Because if they have nothing, when they return to the street and they feel worthless, they might become a greater threat to the peace than even before they went to prison.
When a woman loses all sense of hope for self-reliance, their mental state is no longer normal. The need for survival is what will prompt them. Therefore, the general populace will no doubt be at risk. If a system is put into place to counteract these potential outcomes, everyone involved will be able to breathe a lot easier. When melancholy sets in, no one knows where the axe will fall. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will. So considering the the options that I am proposing to you will ultimately be in the best interest of all the citizens of Jamaica. One element that is missing from the system in Jamaica is an institution to rehabilitate those who have been incarcerated. We cannot deny that no one was born a criminal. All babies were born innocent beings. The system created criminals, whether through their upbringing or the ills of society. It is imperative that we create a system to help the people who are locked up to achieve self-reliance. We have great tradesmen, mechanics, bodywork professionals, carpenters, furniture makers, etc. in institutions across Jamaica who simply wake up in the mornings, take a shower, get fed, play football, and get back into lockup.
So people, as you hear, Ninja Man has stressed on the fact that a rehabilitation program needs to be introduced in the prison system. But there are rehabilitation programs in the prison system. A lot of persons I know go to prison, them come back with a CXC subject, you know what I mean? A lot of persons come back, them a mechanic, them go there and them learn skills. So there is a rehabilitation system in prison. But what I think Ninja Man is trying to say is there needs to be improvement. There is a lot more that can be done to better rehabilitate persons who are in custody. So Ninja, I think what you should say is what you should be saying is there should be improvements to what is already there. You get to me, I say, Ninja Man. And the fact that you say that there are skilled men who just eat and sleep every day because they have nothing to do. I agree with that point 100%. You understand me, I say, Ninja, yeah.
There are a lot of unused skills that are going to waste. I feel that I, being institutionalized, should be more than just for punishment. I am not here to buy guns or form gangs. I'm here to change the mindset of the youth, and I'm asking the government to assist me with restarting a rehabilitation program that I'm willing to spearhead. I have already spoken with the superintendent and the deputy commissioner of the prison and requested a meeting from both. After that meeting, I would like to request a meeting with the Minister of Security, Minister of Justice, the Chief Justice, and the Prime Minister to be held at the prison institution. I would love if they could visit the institution so they can see firsthand what we are dealing with, so they can find ways and means to deal with the problems at hand. A huge percentage of the people inside these prison walls came in at an early age. Their best years are spent there. Their chances of making something good of themselves are tarnished. The burden of the prison institution should not be placed on the citizens of Jamaica. We must find a way for the institution to maintain itself.
Another very valid and important point from the Gargan. You hear the man say, going to prison should not prevent you from contributing to your country in a positive way. Going to prison should not just be all about you as an individual being punished for what you did. You get to me, I say? You should also be able to contribute back to society. Ninja Man also highlighted the fact that he would not be using the money that you'll be earning to buy any guns. I mean, understand that Ninja say 100%. Ninja is a man who believe in the guns off the street campaign, because remember say Ninja is a man who hand over a gun and sting already in the people. You get what I'm saying? But Ninja, you have to know this too, you know. There are a lot of persons in prison right now who are making millions, you get me? And those same money that they are making are going back to the street and financing the purchasing of guns still. So you are speaking on your personal behalf. You get what I say, Ninja? But I understand why I say still, and you have a valid point. But remember, Ninja, you can't speak on behalf of all the prisoners unless they have a little election thing and the prisoners vote you in or elect you to represent them and to speak on their behalf, because you know how human beings are. Something can look away to you and look good and the program sound nice to you, but another person look at it a different way. You get what I'm saying? The fact that a man is a skilled worker doesn't necessarily mean that he is willing to work while he is in prison. So I understand the point, but it's a thing where everybody have to come together and organize. Everybody have to be on the same paid.
Computer classes, technician classes, mechanical, among other things, should be implemented. There are furniture makers who could make furniture. The furniture could be put on the auction block by having a yearly auction. A system could be set up where the general public can have their vehicles repaired, painted, accessorized, etc. at a cost lower than what is being offered on the outside. The prisoners involved in these work programs could benefit from a percentage of the proceeds. The greater percentage goes into an account for the institution that could be used for repairing the buildings, among other things. If the prisoner has a child, a portion of that could go to that child, and a small percentage goes in an account for that prisoner, so when he leaves the institution, he will have something to give him a new start, thus reducing the risk of him going back into society penniless and resorting to crimes in order to survive. Jamaican people are very ambitious. If a man spent 10, 15 years in prison, when he returns to the general population, he will see his peers who are well advanced with homes and vehicles and income while he has to start from scratch. If he gets a chance to improve on his skills while institutionalized and be able to have funds set aside for him for the work he did, it will give him an opportunity to move forward without having to commit another crime. Hence, the importance of rehabilitation should be foremost in our minds in order to reduce crime in the country and empower its citizens. The framework of the institution needs a reset. I will fight with every ounce of my bone, my blood, my life, my skin, my flesh, and my knowledge until we have an institution where, when youths are released, we can see them being rewarded for being the person they have become and not the person they used to be.
Another very, very valid and important point. A lot of the youths, them go to prison from them very young. 16, 17, 18 year old, I go to prison. You get me, I say, for some vicious crime. And me I tell you about people who get like them 30 year of prison, 25 year prison. So their better years are spent behind bars. So what Ninja Man is saying in the wrong. What he's saying is those persons can work to help and maintain the prison system and ease the burden of the taxpayers, which makes a lot of sense. Another very good suggestion, Ninja Man. Once the skilled workers are willing to work, let them work. And the fact that their children will benefit from the work that they are putting in, you know what I mean? And they themselves will benefit as also the facility that they are in. Let them work once they are willing to work. I'm with that 100%. No joke about it. Enough youth out the road are suffer right now because them father, they're in a prison. Enough youths are going the wrong way because them don't have the father figure in them life. You understand me? I say, if spend. So at least the father won't do it physically, but at least, you know what I mean, the mother can use the money there to try to send the youth to school, to try to make him, to try to steer the youth in a different direction, you know what I mean? So him can easily escape off of the conveyor belt towards destruction. But you know, as with anything else, to implement a system like this is going to take a lot of time and it is going to cost money. You get me, I say, people, especially if prisoners are going to be working on vehicle for people. Remember, you know, a lot of things can be smuggled in a vehicle onto a prison compound, and things can be smuggled off in a vehicle. And think about it, people. If these persons work on vehicles, they know where on the vehicle they can hide whatever. You understand? So unless the prison system have a way of scanning the vehicle to ensure that nothing illegal is in that vehicle, then that aspect of it is going to be a challenge. Otherwise, they would have to be taking the prisoners to a particular garage to work on the vehicle, which can pose a risk of prisoners escaping also. So there are a lot of factors that have to be taken into consideration before certain things can come into play. And most importantly, people, they would have to organize a committee to deal with the money, to manage the money that is coming in, and to prevent corrupt persons from taking the money and converting it to their own use other than the intended purpose for it, because that would be defeating the whole purpose of this thing. Because imagine a man put out him all because him know say him a going to prison for 20 years and he want to at least be able to live then. You understand? In a little bit better condition that he's in now, so he put in the work and the money is not spent on that. So that would be a next issue. You get to me as a people.
I want to ask the Jamaican Human Rights Organization, what are you doing? There are some older inmates at General Penitentiary. A greater percentage of them are so old and they're sick and shaking, needing medical attention. They can no longer be a menace to society. They should be released from prison. Some have spent 30 or 40 years locked up and need medical attention. The General Penitentiary is overpopulated. 6 feet by 4 feet wide cells are housing 3 to 5 men at any one time. Send home these older men to their families. They're not physically or mentally capable of resorting to any kind of crime. The Human Rights Organization will need to step up to the plate and do their jobs effectively for the amelioration of the country in general. I am making this proposal, which will be set forth in a more professional manner for the people of Jamaica and not for any rewards. I do not expect to be praised. That's not my intent. I simply want to see Jamaica become a better place where its citizens can feel safe. In everything that we do, we can expect hiccups, but we must implement a program that will serve for the greater good. They say nothing beats a trial but a failure, but they also have another saying that if you try and fail, you should try again.
Ninja Man also call on human rights groups to lobby for the release of sick prisoners, elderly prisoners, and so on. And I mean people who he thinks is no longer a threat to society. But one question, Ninja, if you release these persons from prison, where are they gonna go? That's the $1 million question, you know. Where are they gonna go? A lot of them don't have anyone to go to. The reason why a lot of them even went to prison was because of them doing things to family members. So, you know, family members don't want to see them at that age, old and sick. You get me, I say, people. So, if them go on the road now, what is going to become of them? You get me, I say, there are a few that have them family or that would want to look out for them and care for them. But what about the ones who don't have anybody to care for them? We have to think about them also. You can't just send them back out in the street. And a lot of these persons went to prison for a certain crime and people still want to take revenge against them. So imagine you letting him out on the street now that he's old and can't even angle himself properly. He can't even get around properly. Persons will see it as a perfect opportunity to get their revenge on him in the cruelest way. I can assure you that a lot of these elderly prisoners would prefer to stay in custody than to go on the road because they know that they have nowhere to go. But I understand your point when you say that the prison is overcrowded, and I think the government should put in the necessary work urgently to get more space, you understand me, I say, people, to get the prison facility organized better. Whether they are going to build a new prison somewhere where people can breathe, because when people clog up so close, you know what I mean, it causes all kind of germs and disease, you know what I mean? People need space.
We can impress upon the youth the importance of being a good citizen. In the 1980s election, which was a bloody one, I was on the front of a battlefield. Shabba Ranks and I became friends. There was a war going on between Tower Hill and Marl Road. Marl Road people did not like Shabba Ranks, as well as Tower Hill people did not like Ninja Man. I did not just do the song Living on Free Food Ticket. I called a peace meeting between the two factors. I put on a peace dance at Seaward All-Age School. The first time Kilimanjaro played at that venue, it was a life and death dance because a lot of people were afraid. But when the dance ended, there was full-fledged peace. We can build back a peaceful Jamaica. It's possible. I have been a man of peace all my life. People may want to call me a criminal, but I'm the first to say peace and the last to say war. I am the first to want to build my country and the last to break it down. The earthquake we got recently was a cry from Mother Earth that she's displeased with the way we are operating. We need to get back to putting God on the forefront because we are not living right. Father God has gone to prepare a place for us and leave Mother Earth to take care of us, and we are disrespecting her every chance we get. Forget about climate change. It's the earth crying out to us, and we better take heed. It would be wise to initiate this effort by ceasing to disrespect the women of our society. A man is as weak as a branch of a dry tree, but that same man could be strengthened championed by a woman who is the root of that tree. So taking care of our women is paramount. I pray that everyone addressed in this letter will take its contents into consideration and move toward making that difference. I promise to elaborate more on these topics once my requests are honored. Thank you. I am Desmond Ballantyne, Ninja Man. Ninja Man's letter to the Jamaican Prime Minister, Security Minister, the opposition leader, and other interested parties. Compiled and narrated by Jojo Mack. I am Desmond Ballantyne.
Overall, I understand what Ninja Man is proposing, and the suggestions that he's making are valid. He's making valid suggestions that should be looked into. You understand, people? And I think in the future, these things will be implemented. But for now, it's gonna take a lot of work. As Ninja Man said, trial and error. So we'll see how it goes, people. Anyway, that's just my bit. Like, subscribe, share. You know what I mean? We'll keep the videos coming. Peace.